All right, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you back. And, 2014 had its share of scary moments, as did 2013. And 2015 presents a bunch of challenges that hopefully we're prepared for. Hopefully we don't have our collective heads in the sand, but I fear that we might. Former Navy SEAL and FBI agent and President of the United States Continued Service, Jonathan Gilliam, will join us. But first, I just want us to both, all of us, listen to the mayor one more time.
Those individuals who took certain actions these last week, or last 2 weeks really, they were disrespectful to the families involved. That's the bottom line. They were disrespectful to the families who had lost their loved one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mayor de Blasio talking about police officers who turned their backs on him. And earlier in the show, we heard from Pat Lynch about the worsening relationship with the mayor. Joining us now is Jonathan T. Gilliam, former Navy SEAL and FBI agent and President of the United States Continued Service. Hello, sir.
Good to see you again.
Love the jacket.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. All right, let's start. First of all, Pat Lynch said that the relationship with the mayor is getting worse, not better, because the mayor keeps doing and saying, the wrong things.
Mm-hmm. First off, that little clip that you just played there reminds me of Lynch and Grandpa from the Munsters.
Are you calling the commissioner the grandpa?
That's well, and then but when he speaks, when the mayor speaks, it sounds like the teacher on Charlie Brown. I mean, it makes no sense to anybody. Yeah. Nothing. There's no solutions to anything. And
shouldn't you be reaching out instead of making it worse?
That does nothing. That's like child, playground stuff.
Yet, and as Pat pointed out, he praises the protesters, scolds a reporter when he brings up that some of them chanted death, we want dead cops. How dare you? Those protesters are good. They have a constitutional right. And when a cop turns his back in silence in protest, he trashes the cop for exercising his First Amendment right.
And the other thing he did was the numbers, and this is where people really need to start educating themselves, is just because somebody puts statistics out there, numbers don't just mean anything just because somebody throws them out.
The lower crime numbers, yeah.
Those lower crime numbers, that's just good policing, and that's a standard that's been going on for some time since Rudolph Giuliani was in place. So for him to come on and make it sound like they've made this big thing and law enforcement, that's just not true, and he's falsifying the numbers. As he's saying that, he then turns around at the same time says it's the greatest police force. He then takes those statistics and makes New York sound like it's very dangerous and getting better.
Yeah, no, but it's been the trend has been going on for 20 years.
Everything this guy does is full of lies and propaganda.
You wrote a great piece at jonathangilliam.tumblr.com, and it's the 2014 National Security Review, the top 10 security issues facing us this year. Talk about some of them.
We can base the majority of the things. It's on Tumblr. So you can base the majority of things that we're looking at in 2015 on what happened in 2014.
Right.
I think 2014 was a good setup for bigger and worse things to happen in 2015, or at least for them to appear to be bigger. And I think the way de Blasio skewed these numbers is a good example of this.
So what do we have to look for?
Well, the first thing, number 10, is really the one that everybody should look at. It doesn't matter if you're super rich or super poor. Cyber attacks are the great equalizers of the economy or any economical status that you may have. They will target you and take what you have, and if you don't have anything, they'll still go after your credit cards and your cell phone information. That's 10 and 9 for basically anybody of any stature. Being comfortable, the American public, along with freedom, comes comfort, but comfort kills if you don't educate yourself on a daily basis of what's going on.
Letting your guard down.
Letting your guard down, and we're all, when Jonathan Gruber spoke, I don't agree with that guy. And he called American people stupid. We're not stupid, but what we are is comfortable.
Yeah.
And there really needs to be people stepping up to the plate. And I think, if I just had to look at these things and kind of whittle them down, the ones that are most important really are awareness.
Yeah, that's number one. Yeah.
And
they all tie in to everything, the awareness and the leadership and the complacency, and it's all related.
Forward thinking.
Yeah.
You work in the press, and I come in here and I watch you all. You're forward thinking, and you're moving quickly to have a successful mission-oriented show. Politicians are not mission-oriented, and what kills me is even CEOs like the ones that, the CEO of Sony.
Right.
If
they were forward thinking, they'd have preventative measures up against our electric grid, Sony's email hacking.
Right.
The whole thing would be guarded.
But Sony's CEO then goes and meets with Al Sharpton. They were paying their people with cash on paper receipts while she's meeting with Al Sharpton. And now, here's the thing. Can I fault her, or should I reach out and try to help these people? I mean, they need to realize this is serious.
Yeah, and it's going to get worse, and God forbid. But with people like you out there educating me and the public, and hopefully we'll be more aware.
Go to Tumblr and read this, and I think people get a lot out of it.
To Jonathan Gilliam, always good to see you,
Good
sir.
to see
Thank you
you.
very much.
All right.
When we come back, folks, the founder of Allies of Israel will be here. Don't go away.